Wait.
Already live? Yeah, it started recording. You can start here.
Okay. So welcome everyone to the Madhava class of Bhagavad Gita, learning Bhagavad Gita. So let's do prayers. Om Ajnana
Jnanatimmirandasya Jalajnakaya
Namo Padaya Naprestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so we did some verses so far. So we're going to skip it and come back to it later. So today's verse is chapter 9, text 4. So this, I think it's text. It's text 10. Okay, so let's start the verse. We are in chapter 9. Chapter 9 is a heading. If you are not talking, please mute.
Mataji, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I unmuted Mataji. So who can tell me what is the heading of chapter 9?
Most confidential knowledge.
Yes, thank you. The most confidential knowledge means secret of the secrets. He's telling in chapter 9. So this is going to be 10th shloka. It's not 9.4, it is 9.10. So let's do this. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti.
Maya Dakshina Prakriti.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Maya Dyakshena.
Maya Dyakshena.
Maya Dyakshena.
Maya Dyakshena.
Prakriti. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti.
Maya
Dyakshena Prakriti.
Maya Dyakshena Prakriti.
Maya Dyakshena Prakriti.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Suyate Sacharacharam.
Hetunanena. Kaunteya. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. Jagat Viparivartate. Okay, let's do the shloka once more. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti. Suyate Sacharacharam. Hetunanena Kaunteya. Jagat Viparivartate. So, Mishti, can you read the translation?
Yes, Mataji. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, I'm going to ask you questions from this translation. What is Krishna telling as one of his energies?
Not the headphones.
What is Krishna telling as one of the energies?
Mataji. Material nature.
Material nature is
Material
one of the
nature.
energies of Krishna, and material nature is working under whose direction?
Krishna's direction.
Krishna's direction.
Okay, can you tell me two other names of son of Kunti?
Son of Pritha. Son of Pritha.
Mataji, can I go?
Son of Pritha, Partha. Okay, and one more.
Bhima and Arjuna.
Arjuna.
Count
Bhima and Arjuna.
Dhananjaya, very good. Dhananjaya, Kaunteya, Arjuna, Kudakesha, Mahabaho. So you see how Krishna is so personal. Every shloka he is addressing Arjuna by his name. So he is addressing Arjuna by his name of Kaunteya. So what is producing all moving and non-moving beings?
Krishna.
This material
Krishna.
nature.
Material nature.
Material
Okay?
nature.
Material nature is producing all moving and non-moving beings. Okay, material nature, is it working independently?
No.
Oh.
Material nature, then how is it working?
It's working
Under
Working under Krishna's direction.
Under Krishna's direction. Good job. So, under its rule, what does it denote here?
manifestation.
The manifestation.
No. What is its? Here, see, under rule.
The manifestation is created and annihilated again and again.
Material nature. So, I am asking you what it denotes. So, Krishna is denoting material nature's rule. This manifestation, what do you mean by this manifestation? Can you give an example of what is this manifestation?
The universe.
The universe.
Yes, the material universe is created and annihilated how many times?
Again and again.
Again and again.
How many times?
Unlimited.
Infinity.
Good job. So now we got the translation together. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. So can you give example of moving beings?
Human beings, animals.
Humans.
Human beings.
All living
animals.
beings.
Not all living beings. What is the example of
Well,
non-moving?
not trees.
Trees.
But like humans, animals.
Okay, non-moving beings. What's the example of non-moving being?
Trees.
Like a tree. Tree, plant.
Trees. Here, non-moving beings denotes only non-moving living beings. Okay, it's not non-living matter. So there are moving living beings and non-moving living beings, and everything is produced by material nature. Material nature is working under Krishna's direction, and under the rule of material nature, this material universe is created and annihilated again and again. So this chapter, we started with the first shloka. What was the first shloka? We learned what about the secret. Good job. So what is the main reason that Krishna is revealing this secret to Arjuna?
Because he's on yes.
He's trustworthy.
Okay,
He's a
so
friend
if
and
we are all
he loves him.
Not envious.
Okay, we are all reading the 9th chapter, but if we should really understand the 9th chapter, what should we be?
Non-envious.
Non-envious of who?
Krishna.
Of Krishna.
Okay, so the next shloka we learned that how Krishna is all pervading. What is the shloka?
Vyaktamuni sarvabhutani
Okay, so Krishna is all pervading means he's present everywhere through his superior energy and inferior energy. Do you remember what is superior energy?
It is a living entities.
Good job. What is inferior energy?
Maya and Prakriti.
the earth,
Maya and
Earth, water, fire, air, ether.
Maya and
water, fire, air, ether.
Mind, intelligence, and false ego. These 8 constitute Krishna's separated material energies. So in that way, Krishna is all pervading. That's why it is said that you cannot cheat him. There is nothing that anybody can do or think without his knowledge because he is all pervading. Okay, so if the Lord is everywhere, why don't I see him? What did we discuss? Why, if the Lord is everywhere, why don't we see him?
Or our eyes are not
We don't have the spiritual eyes to speak.
don't have spiritual eyes.
They're not working enough to see.
What is Krishna and
Maya put curtain on our eyes so we don't see him, and unless we are pure devotional to Krishna and we are attached to Krishna, then only we will be able to see him.
Okay, good job. But what example did we discuss?
Like you can see your hands and stuff, but because you can't see your eyes, it doesn't mean they don't exist.
The eyes can see every other part of the body, but the hand, without the help of the eyes, can the hand see the eye?
No.
No.
That is the example given here, that without the other parts of the body, they cannot see the eye. The living entities cannot see, but if the living entities' senses are spiritualized, we can truly see the Lord. So here in this, he is saying, this shloka is a summary of the 6 shlokas. So he has been explaining how this world is, how everything is resting on him, how he is all pervading. See, science is saying Big Bang. But Krishna, it's not enough if we know that God created the world. But if we don't know how and how he is creating and how he is all pervading, how he is under supreme control, then we will not be much accepted, because science, it is a science, right? Science means you need to know detail, every single part of it, how it is working, why it is working. Krishna takes the pain to explain all these things so that we understand it perfectly. So do you know who is this?
Hercules.
It's Atlas.
Atlas.
Yes,
Atlas.
There is a belief that Atlas is carrying the whole world with great effort on his body, but that is not how Krishna is carrying this world. So that's what we learned. So Krishna is very effortlessly. Here Atlas, it looks like it, he's putting a lot of effort, but without any effort, just by he is creating, he's making everything rest on him. So how is that? We see that there is Kurmadev and there is Amritadesh. We will know about this in depth in Bhagavatam. It's explained how everything is resting on the Lord, but in short, that he doesn't need to do any work like Atlas. Okay, so then how? He's giving another example. That the air, you see, it is the most mightiest of all. If tornado comes, there is a tornado warning. Okay, have you ever got a tornado warning?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the thing that you can do when you are in the path of a tornado?
You run.
Sorry?
You run.
No, No, you can't do anything. The tornado will uproot the trees and uproot the buildings also. Recently, I read in the news that when there is tornado, what they say that go take shelter under the ground. They have a room called safe room, which is
Basement. Basement.
Yeah, basement. And also there is one room in the basement which is like kind of more strong. So the government advises go and stay in the room if you are in the eye of the tornado, because the tornado can snatch away the whole house. And I have seen, if you Google and see, the cars are flying in the sky. Tornado can pick up the car and go up, and the car will rotate in the sky on the eye of the tornado. So that means the wind or the wind power is a maximum. No one, it is the mightiest. The wind power, nothing we can do. If there is a hurricane or a tornado, we are gone. I mean, we are nothing. Mountains will be moved, except for very, very strong mountains. But you know, everything else that's coming in the path of tornado will be annihilated. But that wind is also within the sky. Beyond the sky, you see there is no wind. That's why in the space, you see there is no wind. There is a different kind of a vacuum and other things. So the wind can be mighty, but wind cannot pierce the sky. It is always resting under the sky, situated within the sky. So Krishna is telling that these wonderful cosmic manifestations are simply existing by his will, and it is existing like the wind is within the sky. And then that's why we say that not a blade of grass moves without the God's will, but at the same time he's completely aloof from everything. Not that because you know he is involved in each and everything. We have pains, we have pleasures, but he is not affected by the dualities of this material world. He is present. Not even a blade of grass can move without his knowledge. That is how his control is. But at the same time, he is aloof also. Aloof means he's personal, he's separated. And how is it possible that he's having complete control of even the minutest detail, and at the same time he's aloof of everything? How is it possible? That's why he's called the Supreme Lord. If we can understand everything what he is doing, then why is he supreme? And also that is called inconceivable potencies. It's like this. We learned that an ant cannot understand how a human body is situated, where the brain is there, how the heart is functioning. To study the human body is inconceivable for the ant, because we are much more higher, I mean taller than the ant, more complex. The ant is so small, its brain is so small, it cannot understand. So Srila Prabhupada said once, when he saw a group of ants going in the top of a building, he said that when demigods look down on us, we are like ants to them. The row of ants moving, we are that insignificant. So with our ant-like brain, not understand, yet Krishna is so merciful that he's trying to explain to us. So how everything is under the Lord's control, this is the science. So you know, Big Bang, if people can believe in Big Bang, that suddenly, like you know, there were masses of gases and they all came together, and then they all came together, there was a temperature, and then poof, there's a Big Bang, and then planets came, sun came, then you know, buildings came, the oceans came, and then we are sitting here. If that is called science, then let us compare this science, what Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita. He's saying the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material cosmic manifestation are completely dependent on his supreme will. Will means just by thinking, he maintains everything. The first expansion is Karano Dakashayi Vishnu. He's also called as Mahavishnu. What he does, he breathes out. He is in the causal ocean, and he breathes out innumerable universes that is coming out from the pores of all his body. You see, All these yellow color balls are universes that are coming out of the pores of the body of Karanodakashayi Vishnu, who is also called Mahavishnu. Then each universe is expanded here. Then there is a second expansion of Karanodakashayi Vishnu, who is called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Garbha Udakashayi Vishnu means from whose navel there is a lotus sprouted and Brahma is present there. So within each universe, he is expanding himself as Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. He fills half of the universe with the water and he lies down, and from his navel comes sprouts a lotus flower and Brahma is there, and then Brahma does the secondary creation. So so that is the second expansion of Vishnu. And the third expansion is called Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, or who is present in the Shira ocean or the milk ocean, and he enters into everything, including the atom, in this laptop, in this cell phone, in this book, in this japa beads, everything he is there, including each and every atom is present. So that Vishnu is called Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So remember, this will come in Kahoot. Karanodakashayi Vishnu is in the causal ocean. He breathes out innumerable universes. Then into each universe, he himself expands into one more Vishnu, who is called Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Then from his navel, Brahma comes. Brahma is produced out of his navel, lotus from his navel. Then Brahma does the secondary creation. Again, he expands himself into third form called Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. That means he enters into everything, including the atom. That is why we never touch anything with our feet. If we touch any book or anything with our feet, we immediately ask forgiveness. Why? Because we know that Krishna is present in each and every atom. Okay, so the secondary creation, when Brahma is doing this, we saw in the Madhava camp, and also if you have attended the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the shloka says about Brahma's life. Anybody knows that? What's the shloka? Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu. Okay, this is in the 8th chapter. So here Brahma, we saw the life of Brahma. Life of Brahma is made from his creation to annihilation is the life of Brahma. And life of Brahma is made up of 100 years. And each year is made up of 360 days. And one small day, one day of Brahma, this is a small portion of this life, is called a kalpa. And what is that kalpa? That kalpa is 14 manvantras, which is 4.32 billion years. So this kalpa is divided into 14 parts, and each part is called one manvantara, or the rule of one manu. So each rule of one manu is 71 Divya Yugas. So if you take one part of that manvantara, that is one Divya Yuga, that is Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga put together, which is 4.32 million.
Mataji, I can't see on the bottom where you are pointing. Can you scroll up the screen a bit up? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this is 4.32 million years is just one Divya Yuga, and 71 such Divya Yugas makes the rule of one Manu or Manvantara, and 14 such Manus rule makes Brahma's one day, and Brahma's 1 year makes like that 360 days, and Brahma lives 100 years. That is equal to 311 trillion 40 billion earth years. After that Brahma's annihilation, what happens? Everything, Brahma is wound up like this into Vishnu's navel again. So before Vishnu is the start, is present before the creation. And after annihilation, after Brahma's 100 years, everything goes inside Vishnu again. Okay, so that's what we saw. And how does this Lord, how does the Lord, is he, because he is in control of every single detail, is he involved with the pains and pleasures of everything? No, he is always neutral. Like who's this here?
A judge.
Judge.
So a judge sometimes gives a heavy punishment for someone. Sometimes he releases someone because the charges are not proved, they are innocent. Sometimes he pardons someone. So one person gets suffering, one person gets happiness, but the judge is always neutral. Of course, without the judge, they cannot have happiness or distress. The judge is the one that gives the final judgment, but the judge is always neutral. He is not experiencing the pains and the pleasures, neither is he partial. So this is an example given that he is udasina madasinam. He sits as though he is neutral. That's a nice.
He's also not biased, right, Mataji?
Exactly. That's what neutral means. He's not biased. Okay, so now Krishna is a director, but he remains aloof. How he remains aloof? The example given is that a person is smelling the fragrance of a flower, but the smelling power of the person and the flower is not in direct contact with each other. So like that way, it is Krishna is aloof. Although he is without him, not even a blade of grass moves, but yet he is detached from all the material activities. Just like the smelling power of the person is not directly touching the flower, but still he smells the flower. Similarly, the Lord exercises control without directly touching the material world. So that's why it is said material nature without the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot do anything. But still the Supreme Lord is detached from all material activities. You see, these conclusions, to arrive at these conclusions, in Satya Yuga, the sages have to meditate for at least 5,000 years. What Krishna is telling here is a summary of many verses in many Upanishads. So we are all very fortunate to be able to hear this directly from him. So another example is an electric powerhouse example. So there is a powerhouse, and in India, power outages are very common, but here it is not, even though you might have experienced some power outage during a hurricane or flood or something. So basically, power outage means what? The connection is cut off. So this power from the powerhouse is coming, and when we plug into the socket, that power is there, and the light lamp burns, or the TV works, or the heater or air conditioner works accordingly because it is connected to the powerhouse. But the powerhouse is not dependent or is not directly connected to the appliances that use the power. So this is an example that Tamal Krishna Maharaj gave, that Krishna is like a powerhouse supplying power to every electrical appliance, but still, like the powerhouse, he's aloof and he's neutral. Okay, so how does the creation happens? In Bhagavatam, you can see that when all the material elements are combined together, and there is a combination of time factor, just by the combination of material elements and time factor alone, the world doesn't start to function. What is important there? What happens there after the material elements and the time is combined? The Supreme Lord glances. Just by his glance, he injects the superior energy, living entities into the material nature. And how do they come out? They come out in different forms and species according to their last desires and activities. Depending on whether they have animalistic propensities, they come out from the womb of the animal. If they are human beings, they come out from the womb of the human being. If they have the karma to be a demigod, they are born, they come out from the womb of a demigod. So similarly, so what the thing is, without Krishna's glance, this material cosmic manifestation cannot function. Although it looks like it is functioning on its own. So how do we understand his glance? Do you remember the story, what happened here? The first picture?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
I
remember too.
Yeah,
I remember all three of the stories.
Yeah.
No,
Okay,
I don't.
Mahi, can you say what is the first story?
This is the story of the snake, where the Krishna and all his cowherd friends went to the lake, but there was a poisonous snake. Nobody knew. So while they were playing, there was this black liquid coming in, and as it started touching everyone, everybody started coughing, acting, and it was like they were sick. And when they came out, people were getting it was poison. And people were like coughing, and then they apparently were fainted. And then Krishna got angry that all his friends are like this. So he went inside the lake. And when he went inside the lake, he fought Skalia, the snake. And while he did that, he puts his footprints on each of their heads to make them purified. And then but he wouldn't have killed them, but their wives came and told them Garuda took them away because of what their deeds were doing in that lake. So he let them go, but he made them purified and put Krishna's footprints. And that's why when they went back home, Garuda did not trouble them because he knew that Krishna has purified them because his footprints are on each of their heads.
Wonderful, Mahi. Thank you so much. That was an awesome retelling of the story. So basically, what happens here is all the friends are dead. They were not even unconscious. They were dead. But first, what Krishna did, he just glanced at them. When he just glanced at them, everybody got their life back. That is the power of Krishna's glance because he's Yogeshwara. He just glanced and people who are dead, see, slowly they are getting up. As though they are getting up from slumber. Okay, Varun, can you tell the next story?
Okay, so the second picture is the story of Aghasura when all Krishna and his coward friends they were just doing their normal business, playing and all of that. But then one day one of the Gopas spotted some unusual cave in some other distant place, and then everyone ran over there to go inside. But that cave was actually not a cave. It was actually Aghasura, a snake, a demon that comes at sent to kill Krishna.
Very good.
And it looked like a cave because that snake Aghasura had his mouth wide open. But then when Krishna noticed that all of his friends were gone, he went into Aghasura and then noticed that there was just some. He slid in, and then right when Krishna got in, Aghasura closed his mouth, and then Krishna ripped Aghasura in half, and he got all the Gopa boys out, and then just by glancing at them, he got them back.
Very nice, Varun. Thank you so much. So you see, can you imagine going into this snake's mouth without any fear? So that's what these Gopas had. They had such trust, such faith in the Lord, unshakable, that our friend Krishna is there, so why worry, even if it is a snake? So they went into the mouth of the snake. And what happened? As soon as they went inside, because of the inhaling the poisonous fumes, they were all dead again. So as you said, When Krishna killed Aghasura, he made a hole in the skull, and then again he looked at all of them. He glanced at all of them, and everyone came back to life. And that is why it is important that we go to take darshan of the deities, because we are subjecting ourselves to be in the presence of the glance of the deities. You see, Tirupati, if few of you have visited Tirupati, it's so wonderful. People wait for
With Tirupati temple?
hours.
I went there. I went there. Yes, I've been there before.
Yes, you see, when we grow up in India, we go there so much oftentimes, and then it's full of, you have to stand in the queue for so long. But then when you come in front of the Lord, you can feel that the Lord's glance, the power, you can feel that, you know, it is completely spiritual. And that's the same thing in your house also. So it's very important that every day in the morning, as soon as you get up, you wash yourself, you come first to offer obeisances to the deity, so that you get the blessings of the deity, and you offer some flowers and offer some incense, offer some food for the deity. Basically, you take darshan of the deity, and you are getting the glance of the deity, that glance that could bring the dead people alive. So that, yeah.
Even Jagannath, he has big eyes and he doesn't have eyelids so that he can glance on us.
Yes, very good. Yes.
Yeah, but Jagannath Ji has a wide, round eye, so he can't miss one devotee. And like the person said, he doesn't have eyelids, so he can glance. And he never wants to blink, so he doesn't have to miss a devotee.
Yes,
Mataji,
yes.
Can I add something to the Kalia pastime? I mean,
Please.
So Krishna also told Kalia to never look back to Vrindavan. Kalia did it once, I don't know the reason. And Krishna said if you look back, then you'll be turned into stone. So Kalia did, and he turned into stone.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this. Thank you.
The people in Vrindavan.
I didn't know that either.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions?
I did not know either.
Neither did I.
Not me.
Neither.
Okay. Anybody else has any questions?
Oh, I have it.
I have one question. Mataji, what time does class end?
Yeah, it's going to end now. Who is that who has a question? Can you go ahead and ask your question?
No Kahoot?
Yeah, we have Kahoot. Okay, now let's do this verse. Who wants to recite this verse?
Can I?
I'll try.
Can I
Can I recite it?
Mataji, can I?
Can I recite it?
Mishti.
I'm Shreya, can I?
Aditya. Aditya K. Yeah.
Okay. Maya Dakshena Prakritihi Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagad Viparivartate.
Thank you, Vishaka.
Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagad Viparivartate.
Good job. Shreya.
Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagatvi parivartate.
Kushi. Kushi, do you want to say? Okay. Haripriya.
Hare Krishna. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kaunteya jagad viparivartate.
Good job. Okay, so let's go to the previous slokas. The other people who wants to recite, you can pick, we can take 3-4 recitations. Who wants to do?
Mataji, can I?
Okay, who's this? You need to tell your name.
This is Anirudh.
Okay, Anirudh, go ahead.
Should I do the 9 chapter 4th shloka.
Yeah.
Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarva bhutani nachaham tershvavastitaha.
Thank you, Anirudh. Okay, Sai. Sai, do you want to chant a verse?
Ma'am, can I do 8.6?
Yes, please.
Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyaja ante kalevaram tam tamaivaiti kondeya sadatad bhava bhavita.
Mataji, can I do it? Mataji, can I do 8.62, please?
Okay, Mahi first and then Sai Vedas.
Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam jatyante kalevaram tam tame vekti konteya sadata da bhava bhavitah.
What's the meaning, Mahi?
I forgot.
Okay.
If you like, when Sai goes, maybe after that, I will look at the Bhagavad Gita and see if the meaning.
Yeah, always it is better to know the shloka and their meaning. You don't need to memorize the meaning, but it's good to know the meaning. Otherwise also it's good, but it's not that good because we have intelligence. So it's better. I appreciate those kids who know the shloka as well as the meaning. Okay,
Mataji,
can I
Mataji, after Sai, can I chant 7.8?
Okay, yeah. Sai Vedas, now you can go.
Karpanyadosha.
Yeah.
Karpanyadosha bhavata svabhava prashtam tvam dharma samoda cheta Shreyashwan dichitam bruhinande shishyasya hamsadi mam tvam brahmandam.
Very good. You know the meaning? Okay, what you do, I suggest is you take the Bhagavad Gita book with you when you want to recite when the next class so that you can all read the meaning of the shloka that you're reciting also. Okay? Okay, Ashu, you wanted to recite, right? Ashu?
It was me, Mataji. I wanted to recite 7.8.
Oh, okay. Shreya, go ahead.
Rasoham apsa kaunteya prabhashmi sachi suryayo pranava sarva vedeshu shabdake paurusham vishu.
Very good. You know the meaning?
Kind of. Is it like Krishna is saying that I'm the taste in the water, I'm the radiant sun,
Yes.
the essence of all the, I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, he's the Omkara and then he's the ability in man. Okay. Srishti, do you want to go ahead? Srishti,
yeah, I want to recite chapter 9 and verse 1.
Okay, yes.
Like, it's actually verse 2, but it's just verse 1 and 2.
Okay.
Rajavidya Rajagupyam Pavitramidam Uttamam Pratyakshasavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartumavyayam.
Very good. What's the meaning?
It's the knowledge is the king of education, and it's the most secret of all secrets. It's the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and is joyfully performed.
Thank you. Okay,
Mataji.
Krishna Chaitanya.
Mataji, can I try again?
Yeah. Is that Krishna Chaitanya?
No, Mataji, this is Krishna Chaitanya. I'll say.
Okay, yeah.
Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarva bhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha. Krishna is everywhere, and everything rests on him. I just summarized the translation.
Thank you. That's great. Okay, who else?
Anshu has been waiting.
Mataji, can I go?
Anshu, yeah. Anshu?
Mataji, before he goes, can I just ask something?
Okay.
How many minutes till class ends?
It'll end we'll start Kahoot, and then after Kahoot in 10 minutes you will end. Anshu, you want to go ahead?
Actually, I don't want to right now.
Mataji?
Okay.
Yes, Shaurya?
Are there any other shlokas other than these that you can recite?
Yes. Do you want to recite? We have all this also.
Yeah, can I recite 4.7 and 4.8?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srichamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam
Dharma
samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else?
Mataji,
Okay, everybody got one chance because we are getting late for Kahoot. Those who haven't got a chance to tell a shloka so far.
Mishti.
Okay, Mishti, go ahead.
Yes. 2.44. Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya paharta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhana vidhiyate.
Very good. Do you know the meaning?
Yes, it's 1 second. Can you just give me starting? I forget the meaning.
Mataji, can I say 4.7 and 4.8?
Yeah. 1 second. So, Mishti, the thing is, if a person who's attached to all the so much of material enjoyment, for him, make a determination to advance in the devotional path.
Yeah, I don't remember exact, but I know it's something that it's whoever, like if they're too entangled with material activities, then they cannot advance and they'll always be stuck in there. They'll be
they don't have the resolute purpose to advance. It is hard for them to stay fixed. Yeah, good. Okay. So somebody else asked.
Mataji, I wanted to say 4.1, 4.7, and 4.8.
Okay, go ahead.
Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham vayam ayam anarajusam. Yeah, imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham vayam.
Vivasvan manave praha.
Manave bravit. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam shujanyaham pritanaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dustrukam tansatapna arthaya sambhavani yuge yuge.
Very good.
Wait, Mataji, can I say a verse?
Okay, go ahead.
Can I say 7.3 and 7.4?
Okay.
Okay. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yadamapi siddhanam kaschid mam veti tattvataha bhumirapo nalo vayu kamano buddhirevacha ahangara itiyame vinna prakriti rasada.
Good job.
Mataji, can I say a verse?
Yes.
Dehinasmin yatha dehe kaumaram yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhiva satrana muyati matra sparshasya kaunteya sitarshna sukha dukkadaha agama pahino nitya stanchiti shosya bharata.
Good job. Okay, so let's play Kahoot now. 9.10. Are you all ready? So the pin is 377373. So only 8 players so far.
Wait, can you wait?
Yeah, be quick.
This is my favorite game. Nana. 800 type it.
Interview.
Remember.
3,777,373.
Did everyone join? It's only 14 players.
3,777,373.
I need it early. Mommy could do my
Here you go.
Jesus is back.
Can you please wait? I'm logging in still. Take a long time.
Jesus.
Okay, 17 players. Can we start? To Jesus. Preethi, Vilasini, Mataji, you think we can start? 20 are there.
Mataji, I think we can start. Yeah.
Dad, why? ना class कर रहे हैं.
Okay, is that okay? Everyone has joined?
Yes.
Is there anyone left?
Shreya,
Okay.
disturb.
Let's start. So this is a puzzle question arranged in the proper order.
No, that's the question. You need to order it by yourself. They will not tell you.
This is a previous shloka. If you have memorized the shloka, you can do this. I think we are giving too much time for this.
I didn't even have to think about that.
Yeah.
Mataji, you can skip it after some time.
Yeah, skip it.
No. Let's go.
So let's see. It's Maya Tadamidam Sarvam Jagat Avyaktamurtina Matstani Sarva Bhutani Nachaham Teshvavastitaha. Oh, I pressed again. I'm sorry. By Lord Krishna's blank, everything is created, maintained, and annihilated.
Got it.
Where?
12 of you have got the right answer. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah. Dhananjaya.
Sid is first, followed by Danya, Pro, Dhananjaya, and Shreya. Okay. Just like Krishna's will, everything happens. Everything rests on the Lord.
Where?
I think it automatically skips itself as everybody answers.
Sixteen of you have done the right answer. Good job. Effortlessly. So let's see. Sharon has come. Sid, Danya, Pro, and Dhananjaya. Good job. Let's go to the next question. Universe emanate from the pores of body of which Vishnu?
Shri Vishnu.
You're so right.
Shri Vishnu. Yeah. Yay. I got that wrong, didn't I?
Karano Dakshai Vishnu. 12 of you have got it right. Good job. It's Mahavishnu. She's also called. So we have Sid, Danya, Shreya, Sharan and Haripriya in the scoreboard. Haribol, good job. It's a multi-select. Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Yeah, it's all the three. He is the one who enters into each universe and he lies down on the Garbhodaka ocean. Then the lotus appears from his navel. Let's see the scoreboard. Haripriya has come up. Sid is continuing to win. Danya, Haripriya, Sharan and Krishna Chinta. Good job. Dash Vishnu enters into every atom. Shiru Dakshai Vishnu, yes, he's the third expansion. And 12 of you have got it right. Oh, Jesus have come up. It's Sid, Danya, Haripriya, Jesus, and Krishna Chinta. Okay. Although he has control over every minute detail, he is neutral. 17 of you have got it right. So this is Sid is continuing to excel, followed by Danya, Haripriya, Jesus, and Krishna Chaitanya. Okay. The Supreme Lord is the dash of the material nature, yet he is blank. Twelve have got it right. Yes, he's superintendent and yet he is aloof. So who has got the right answer? Sid, Danya, Jesus, Krishna, Chaitanya, and Haripriya.
Mataji, what's the meaning of aloof again?
Aloof means he's still away from all this. He's not affected by the material modes of nature, and he's still a person. He's as though he's not in there, but he's there.
He controls, but he's not controlled.
Thank you.
Yes. The living entities come out in their different forms according to their last desires and activities. Yeah, 19, I've got it right. It's true. Jesus is coming up the scoreboard. Sid, Jesus, Krishna Chaitanya, Dhanya, and Haripriya. Okay. The last question. Supreme Lord, by his mere blank, injects all living entities into the material nature.
Who's Sid?
"17, I've got it right. Yes, glance. That's the right answer. Do you want to see the scoreboard?
No.
Who's in the third place? Krishna Chaitanya.
Hari Bol.
Second place is Jesus.
Hari Bol.
First place is Siddharth.
Hari
And
Bol.
runners up are Danya and Haripriya.
Hari
Good
Bol.
job, everyone.
By the way, I put my name as Jesus for fun. I'm not the real Jesus.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Are you Jesus?
Like, I'm not like the hacker Jesus. I just put my name as Jesus for fun.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, Atharva. Let's see the scoreboard. Sid followed by Jesus, Krishna Chaitanya, Danya, Haripriya, Shreya, Manaswini. Okay, it was really fun having all of you here with us today and memorize the shloka.
Mataji, this was the first game I've won in the entire class. This is the first game.
I know, I thought so. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mataji, one of the questions was second question. I clicked the energies. Second question. It was the will.
It's the will. It's specifically
Yeah, it's a
said in the
will.
Bhagavat.
Actually, energies are also right, but you know, will is the correct answer. So that's why the answers are given little confusing. You have to closely follow the whatever we learned this week, so that you answer from that.
It's based on the PowerPoint, so like obviously what the PowerPoint said is mainly the right answer.
Yes. Okay, good job, Siddharth. Thank you all very much for joining today. Okay, so any other question?
Mataji, I have two questions actually. The first, they're kind of irrelevant, but they have to do with Krishna, I guess. The first one is, do you know the show Little Krishna? Would you recommend it if we want to learn about Krishna's pastimes?
Little Krishna?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like almost it was done in consultation with the Krishna book, but I don't know about every single detail. But overall, I've heard that it may be good for younger kids, but for older kids, I would recommend that you read Krishna book because there are so many details that you cannot do in the show, but you can only read them.
Like Little Krishna, like it's pretty much consistent with the Bhagavatam, but the fights are more dramatic. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's only.
In real life, Krishna takes out the opponents in like a minute. So they have to drag it because it's an entire show, right? So
I mean, if Krishna wanted to, he could just look at them. They would drop dead.
Yeah.
that
But
is
then
true.
he wanted to have fun with them, and he
And there
wanted
would be
to
boring pastimes.
Yeah, he wanted to give fun to his friends, adventure to his friends.
Yeah. Mataji,
Okay, what's in?
I wanted to ask a second question. I've always wondered this about you. Who initiated you?
Oh, okay. I am very blessed to be initiated by His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, who is a disciple of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He initiated me, but I'm still trying my best to be his disciple.
Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the wonderful and thoughtful questions,
that
and thank you for attending the class regularly, Manaswini. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
So I think you should know more about your teacher who's talking now. She was initiated at your age. Yeah. So she was so serious in Krishna consciousness when she was your age. She is an ideal role model for all of you.
Mataji.
You are so correct, Mataji. She is.
Oh, I'm trying. I have lots of things, and I learn from you also. I mean, for what I have initiated, when I'm initiated, I still would uprise me very low rating. I could have gone much ahead, but I'm happy to do this service, share this knowledge with you. So if one of you is Dhruva, like Dhruva took his mom, Suniti, back, so I hope to be taken back by one of the Dhruvas. Okay, so thank you all very much for joining today. It was really nice and a wonderful interaction with all of you. And we were able to think about Lord Krishna, meditate on him, and employ our mind and intelligence in the most purifying words of the Bhagavad Gita. So let's come together again next week for this, but you have other classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays also. So let's meet you again. Okay? Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Bye.
Hare Krishna.